So myself, Shivraj Kumar. I am one of the associate director of engineering here at GeekyAnts. I have been associated with GeekyAnts for around 6.5 years now. I joined as a fresher and continually working here. So yeah, let's start with what we here to do. The state of React Native. Okay, so I think the first half of 2022, that is the last couple of months, has been very exciting for React Native. We had a lot of things coming in. The much awaited new architecture arrived, and a lot of people have been using it now. And it has brought in a lot of capabilities to the React Native. At the same time, I mean, in the last couple of months, in the first half, in the last half of this last year as well, the focus of the community has been on accessibility as well. So that is a pretty huge thing that people are focusing on that. Hermes is by default now compatible with React Native. I mean, we don't have to specifically look for compatibility version. Compatibility it comes bundled with React Native now. So we'll resolve a lot of issues by default there. Yeah, recently we had a release of React Native 0.69, with which comes with React 18 support. That means we have concurrent mode now. We have hooks, a lot of hooks support, that is use ID, use transition, and all. So that is something that is recently released. If you're talking about React Native, we definitely have to talk about Expo. I mean, Expo has been building a pretty huge ecosystem around React Native for a long time now. So these are some features that released last year and the early this year. ES build system, config plugins, Expo modules. These are something that, I mean, earlier we had this difficulty that when we had to install native modules with Expo, that was very difficult. There was no support. Now with ES build system, we have the capability that okay, with config plugin we can use any of the native modules with Expo. So that has been brought up, and because of which I think the ecosystem is hugely popular now. Uh, Recent release development bits. I mean, we had this right with the Expo that with QR code scan or with a link we can open any application that is built on Expo. Now with this ES build capability, we can make our own application like any normal application that we build with bare React Native. I mean, let's go Expo Go. So if we are building any app, it will be like any app Go. We'll have our own bundle together. Some recent release, ES updates, similar to Expo updates or the code push that we had. We have the same thing now with ES system. New CLI, which is local, which is completely bundled with our project that we hold. So we have a lot of capability at the same time. It is, I think, 4x faster than the older CLI because it is completely bundled in our local. Expo metadata is something which is very new. It is at beta stage. This is something I think I'm excited about a lot. I mean, when we have to update our application or we have to put in our application to the App Store, Play Store, we go through a lot of configuration or information that we have to put in. I mean, we have to put in a lot of information, for example, the app name, the description about it, or even the images that are required. So Expo metadata brings in that we can do it at the local project level itself. We can put in all the data. I mean, we can just push the data or all the information with just CLI, and the Expo team will kind of review it. I mean, the review process as well for the App Store and Play Store is a very lengthy process. If we have a intermediate where people would see, okay, this is the information, the correct information, or the wrong information that needs to be put out. There are some missing information that would help us a lot, right? So metadata is going to do that. It will tell us whether some information is missing or not, or if something needs to be added. So this is still in beta stage at the moment. Yeah, but pretty good thing that is coming up next. Recent release, Flash List, I think, which is going to be a replacement for Flat List. We had a lot of issue even with Flat List in terms of performance. I mean, even while scrolling a lot bigger list, right? So recently, Shopify released this Flash List, which is very performant and kind of replacement Flat List. Skia is a big thing that came out recently. I think this is going to be a very popular thing, and at the same time, we'll be building a lot of things around this. I mean, ultimately we get a canvas around it, right? So we can build any kind of 2D graphics with it. So people are building a lot of good stuff with it. Along with that, I mean, combine reanimated with it, and you can bring a lot of inputs to this. So yeah, that has been what's the update so far. Now that the new architecture is released and people are focusing on next thing that the community is focusing on is many platform vision. Many platform vision being not just mobile or web, but also desktop or VR system, right? So the ecosystem that Expo is building, or the new feature, I mean, new package that we have now, Ski Up. With all this, I think the ecosystem is beginning to go towards that vision, that many platform vision. So I think, yeah, we'll in the next couple of months or the second half of the 2022 is going to be more exciting with this vision. So yeah, that's about the updates from React Native. Thank you guys.